Or I'm going to start. Love you. Hello, hello. All right. Let's do this. Let me turn some music on for myself real quick. Welcome to everybody. The ZBrush / Shark Week. So we're going to do Shark Week theme in honor of Shark Week. Just eating this granola bar real quick. Sorry for any sound it makes. Alright. Getting my jams on here real quick. You guys can all hear me, I take it? It looks correct on my end. Just making sure though. Alright. So yes, I'm just going to sculpt something again this week with, okay, cool. Actually, do I sound like, so some of you guys mentioned last week I sound like a robot, and then I went and watched the VOD and I sounded very odd. Is it like that again? Because if so, I could try my other just simple headset. I don't know why it would sound like that. That's why I'm just not sure. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I don't know. I just listened to the VOD and it's really weird. Alright. Yeah, maybe it is the bandwidth on my internet. Actually, tonight I need you guys to let me know. First off, does it sound weird? Because I might just quickly try a different headset just to see if it's any different. Actually, I'm just going to try it real quick. You guys can tell me. Hold on. Let's see if, all right, tell me if this sounds any, hold on, let me turn it down. All right, tell me if does this sound any different, any better, any worse? So it was clear for you already. Okay, is it any different with this one? No sound. I see it on my end, there's no sound. Okay, I'm gonna switch back. Okay. Okay, switching. I don't know, maybe last week was just something weird. All right, 1 second. All right. Okay. All right. I should be back. Okay. All right. I should be back now. We'll stick here. I don't have a fancy head setup. Maybe I should get a sweet microphone, but I don't know. I'm on my laptop. This is easy. All right, let's do this. So yes, it is Shark Week. So let's have some fun with this. I'm up for ideas to combine shark with something. In my head, it's Shark Muscle Man. If there are other ideas, mainly because shark already is going to be a little tricky to do quickly, and then Muscle Man's more familiar, so. No! I have echo. Let me see. I might have double setting on. Hold on. When I switched, I might have messed something up. I think I have 2. All right, maybe now I shouldn't have echo. I have 1. Hopefully I don't have echo. Can you confirm or deny? Okay, I had it on. I had it inputted twice. Okay. Whew. All right, guys. Here we go. I don't know how many of you have ever used ZBrush to draw something. You can. You'll see. All right. So I'm thinking we do. First, I need to grab some reference, but maybe you should be smiling. Oh man, this shark. Definitely got to grab some quick ref. All right, let's see here. It's gonna have to be Muscle Man Shark. I don't know if any of you ever use, let me grab myself a reference real quick of a shark head so I don't just look like a silly fool. Shark. Just to remind myself real quick what one even looks like. All right, looking, all right. Okay, let me save off a few here. Do any of you guys watch Shark Week? Let me see here. Shark image 1. This is more just to have some fun. I like to get on here and just sculpt. All right. I think all I need is one shark image maybe. You know, what's funny about the shark shows, oh, this is a good image I found here, is that I feel like often it's the same old story. It's a tense moment of looking for some shark that may or may not exist, and they just so happen to get lucky and find one. Seems to always be the same thing. All right, almost got a couple images here, just 1 second. All right, let's import a couple ref images. And this. How's everybody's week going so far? Mine's pretty good. It's really nice weather right now. Plus, plus. All right. Now that we have our shark reference, we are go. Oh wait, I think I need one more. Where was it? Ah, yes, this one. All right. This is like my fin ref. Ooh, gallbladder removal. Ouch. You doing okay? You surviving? That is not fun getting your gallbladder removed. Good, good. I guess you can relax and sculpt something, or watch me sculpt something. Glad everyone is all right then. Raul, you can learn this. You can do it. Okay. All right, anytime you guys use Spotlight, always turn off projection. Ender samples. Alright, back to our sweet drawing. Here we go. Or you... Pigumon, where do you live? Super humid? Look, my stream's probably been pretty boring up to this point. It was a splash image, and all I've drawn is this sweet shark that, you know, it's suspect even if it looks like a shark. You know? I'm just showing the power here of ZBrush and its concepting tool. I don't think this shark per se even has to be mad. Could be very jovial shark. Oops. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm just what we're thinking. Maybe even has a smile. He's happy it's Shark Week. Give him a big old fin cut out. He's got big muscles here, big traps down here. Okay, okay. Maybe he could even be, oh, I'm not drawing it here. I'm thinking maybe he can be giving a thumbs up or something, you know? Big smile. Alright, let's erase this. Let's erase this. Alright, so actually his head should probably be more up, like a happy guy. Happy that Shark Week's on. And then this is a ripped Venice Beach great white shark, you know, Muscle Beach. Maybe you can even have a tank top on, like an epic low cut tank top. Big muscles. Let's see here. Chest. Giving a thumbs up. Let me think here. Oh, this is going to be amazing. He's been eating well in the ocean so far. Interesting how I'm concepting in here. Okay, all I'm doing, this isn't anything crazy. I literally just took the plane and I'm just drawing on it. Oh, you know what? That's it. This is a jovial shark. So I'm just drawing black and white on here. Alright, I think we got our design. I think we're going to really beef him up. He's going to get a sweet tank top. He's going to be a happy guy. He just wants to work out. Doesn't want to eat anyone. And maybe he has a belt on. A big powerlifting belt. I don't know. Let's just start with shark shape. See how far we get here. This will be interesting. In honor of Shark Week. Okay. And maybe some teeth. Alright, I think I gotta, the only thing I gotta do differently, it's actually kind of fun if you do a concept in here. is to quickly, so like for example, inflate brush. Yes. Oh, that's not what I want. All right, let's just go to snake hook. Quickly adjust, like a liquefy in Photoshop. Adjust your design on the fly for better or worse. All right, this is just silly at this point. Okay, let's do this. Let's start with a sphere. I turn my music down real fast. Hold on. It's too loud. I felt like I was talking over it. Okay. All right. Well, you are about to see how I go from ZBrush concepting to sculpting. I started with a plane and drew. Now I switched to a sphere, and we shall sculpt said plane. And for the sake of good times, I'm going to leave concept up here as a good reminder of what we're making, of Beachman. I hope we get to this point because it's going to be amazing. All right. Yeah, my wife and her family love Shark Week. So it is a pretty common thing to have going on, at least at the beginning of the week. If you aren't aware of what Shark Week is, all it is on Discovery Channel, it's a week about sharks. Shark shows 24 hours a day. That's it. Sharkmania. And if you aren't from the States, Discovery Channel is just one of our like nature kind of channels. And once a year they do what's called Shark Week. You know, I didn't realize SIGGRAPH was this week until someone told me today they were going to it. Man, I really want to go to SIGGRAPH. I haven't been in a while. I don't know if any of you are going. Sounds awesome. I don't even know where it is this year, to be quite honest. All right, this guy's going to have massive traps. This is a great white shark. Shark beach guy. So last week we sculpted bird thingy. This week it's shark thing. I guess that's the train we're on right now. Animals. All right, let's see. They're pretty wide, aren't they? Speaking of humidity, it has been more humid here in LA than I can think of in a long time. Like, it never rains this time of year here, and the last week it rained twice in the morning, which was so bizarre. And it was hot, which we're not used to those two together. Bonus is the water is really warm right now. It's great. Whoa, Prince from India. Awesome, dude. Welcome. Welcome. What time is it in India, if I may ask? All right, we're just going to block in this whole body real fast just by the move tool. And I actually might keep the arms separate for now, and I'll show you how in a second. Just because it'll be easier to manage. Saying that, I think I might... Yeah, I'm going to keep the shoulders on here. Yeah, what time is it in India? And it's cool to... one fun thing about the ZBrush community is, and the internet, is that people are from everywhere. It's really cool. Using ZBrush for all sorts of stuff. I kind of like the idea of this almost being like this shark has no neck. Just goes straight into this body. Whew, raining in hot. It's a story for everyone, huh? What part of India? It's awesome that we live in a day where you can be there and watching this. So cool. The internet definitely has made this stuff easier. My brother just moved to Hong Kong actually, and it's already been easier. From down under, nice. Yo, anyone else from anywhere else? We got a few people. We got from down under in Australia, I take it. India. I'm in California. But yeah, it's awesome. Like, I mean, we had what, forums and stuff, which are really cool too. But now it's like getting pretty easy to do this kind of stuff. I need to turn off dynamic brush size, I think. Nah, what's the button? My brush is getting tiny, not big enough. It is. There's something that does not allow my brush to get bigger. I thought it was dynamic. Oh, that's right. I have to control click it. No. Oh man, from India to Canada. Nice. Excellent. Dynamic brush above. I thought it was this. I just can't. It's not letting me click it. It's always so difficult to click. Morocco. All right, let's see if I can. I don't know why they make these buttons so little. Let me see here. Do you know how I click the dynamic? This always throws me off in ZBrush actually. Oh, it's up here. That one. Get off. I thought I could. Nope. See guys, there's this dynamic thing here. These little tiny words that maybe Sculptris requires it. That if you have on, sometimes it affects how your brushes work. Like I can't go any bigger right now, and it's driving me nuts because I want a bigger brush actually. Maybe it's Sculptris that's doing it. Oh, Shift. You hold Shift. Got it. All right, Morocco. That is awesome. Okay, there we go. Now I got bigger brush. Whew. Much better. All right. All right. We're getting somewhere. Yeah, I'd love to go to all these places. On this list, I've only been to Canada. Um, one day I'd love to go to all those countries actually. They all sound cool. But only so much time, I guess. All right. All right, so now I'm pretty much going to, I should have a shark body. My body got so big, my shark head's getting lost at this point, which is okay. We can scale it up. But this guy's going to be a beefcake shark guy. So let's do that. Indeed. No great white goes without epic muscles. Let's see if we got our anatomy here. I'm pretty much going to work the shoulders in, and then I'm going to plug in the arms here in a second. All right, keep it simple right now. Ooh, 1:30 in the morning, night owl. It is 10 here. I try not to go to bed too late these days because I get so tired. I feel like I've been so tired lately. We'll see how this goes tonight, how late we stay up. All right, we'll keep this like that. Couple tips. Remember, your rib cage always is going back up into your torso here, so you should feel it going into this. I always tell people that, so make sure you have your armpit there. And your lats are connecting up under your shoulders. It's all about them overlapping muscles, creating forms. And then you learn these things and you can manipulate however you want. All right, let's make sure this is here. Basically, once we get this big old body set up, and hopefully it'll be a matter of just having fun sculpting sharks and shark heads and stuff. Yeah, maybe a double click. Let me try that. Let's try double click. Honestly, now the click is just working. I don't know what was going on. It was really hard for me to click the first time. I don't know why. Let me save this off. Let's see here. We're going to call this Shark Man. Actually, when I thought of this, I thought of Dominic Queck's shark guy he made. I don't know if you guys have seen that. He made a shark thing. What, you actually got hit by a shark? I mean, I don't blame you for not liking sharks. They're terrifying. The fact that you got hit by one that's intense. Man, I know very few people who had encounters with sharks. Not many. Not many. Yeah, California is a great place. Even though I hear Tokyo is really cool too. I would love to, man, I really would love to visit Japan. That's definitely one of those on my list too. That'd be fun. Okay, let's get our shark smiling on right here. Not forgetting. Then he's going to have his little eye. It's probably going to go in here somewhere. Okay, so now we can start building out a structure. The nose, let me see. It's pretty much right in front of the eye also. I'm not looking for perfect shark here. So yeah, I want to know what was the scenario with you getting hit by a shark? Were you just out in the water and whack? Because I go surfing and I think about that. But we have dolphins in our area, so there's very rarely are there shark issues. I'm thankful when I see the dolphins. Unless I'm wrong, from what I understand, if dolphins are around sharks, do not like them and generally stay away. Alright, so I know the eye is wide, mouth's narrow, jaw's a little bit wider. So let's do this. Let's pull the mouth in, except for he has a big grin. So that can be out a little bit. I think I just need to make his head a little wider still. This is already humorous. I like this one here. I feel like he looks so happy. Don't let them deceive you though. They want you to think that. Do I have an Instagram? Yes. It's just Art of Katon. I believe it's on the little banner down here below. Yeah, see at the bottom of my screen? Just search for Katon or Art of Katon. Katon Callaway. I'm on there. I don't post that often, but I try. A lot of my personal time has been more lately painting than even sculpting. I sculpt and make stuff at work. And I've been really trying to get in painting, concepting more, just practicing. So it's nice, this time's nice because I sit down and sculpt stuff with you guys, which is fun. All right. If anyone has questions at any point, feel free to ask about anything. Games. So I work, for those who don't know, I work in video games. I have now for about 14, 15 years. And been a character artist the whole time. It's directed, game director last project. Now I'm on to a new project where I'm back to lead artist. So decent amount of experience at this point, which is crazy to think. I like video games. Oh man. Getting attacked by a shark would terrify me. Have you been in the water since? Alright, so we got to make sure these shapes don't get all soft on us. So I want to make sure this line, action line, is really clear. That these traps are really clear also. His body is kind of going to be his neck that flows into this. Sorry, the shark body should be kind of like his neck on the body here. Right? Now the question is, how big of a head do we want to go? And then we can start sculpting out the head. I think the snout should probably, well, let's see here. Let's see. As a character designer, the biggest challenge? Well, only more recently have I been more involved with the design process. I think, I mean, honestly, the last project I was on, considering it was a new IP, we started from scratch. And just having to try to make iconic stuff for your game was definitely a challenge. Something that was fresh and felt like ours, but still iconic. That was hard, for sure. I don't know. Like I said, I've recently been more and more involved with the concept. But I feel like most characters can be pretty challenging, usually just like how you basically always try not to overcomplicate them and keep things simple so in games they read really well. I feel like it's one of the always the main challenges. Can be tricky. Oh yeah, I need to give him arms still. Guess we don't have to do arms. Guess it depends if we want him to thumbs up or not. Hmm. I guess I could block it all in. Do I work from home? Rarely. Rarely. Most teams, it's good to be a part of the team. At the studio, it's just easier to collaborate usually. And so I prefer people myself to not work from home. I mean, I work from home if needed, right? Like if there's an emergency or some reason I need to be home, it's all good, right? But and generally speaking, I prefer people to be on the team together. All right, so I think we need to give this guy little beady eyes. There we go. Yeah. All right. I accidentally turned it off or something. Hmm. All right. Let me get back. So yeah, like I was saying, I prefer people on the team to be there, but it's nice to be able to work from home if you can. So like we have that flexibility, like where I'm at now. Most places are pretty good about it. Not all, but games are pretty collaborative. It's just nice to be near at times. Not always. Sometimes it's actually like one of my artists last week actually was like asked if they could work from home to focus on doing topology and just bang it out, and I was like, yeah, sure, go for it. You know, no reason not to. And she was able to really focus and get a lot done. So it can be very good. All right, Sharkman's coming together. Surprisingly all right. Not bad. Look how happy he is. I should be thinking about how we're going to make an image here. If it's like this. All right, let's put the eyes in, and then we're going to put some arms in. Let's do that. Let's do it. Where is my mirror button? Don't feel bad if you're in ZBrush and you can't find simple things. Mirror. There we are. There we be. Someone asked me how to boolean something today, and I said, let me look. Took me a bit to remember where the boolean was and to make the boolean a mesh. And look where it is. Right here. Make a boolean mesh. It was right under my nose. If any of you haven't used booleans in ZBrush, they're actually pretty cool. Alright, this guy's got his eyes. Let's make them black. Color fill. We could even make them shiny. So if you switch to, say, I don't know. Let's use why am I not seeing it? We'll use the basic material. And we'll just fill mRGB. Oops. But with like a dark color. Actually, let's just go black. Alright. Now we can switch back to our matte cap. Now he has little eyes. You could also paint on a quick, like this. That way he's always giving us a good look here. Little highlight. It's funny. Alright, Sharkman is looking happy. He also needs a fin, I just realized. So let's give him one. Sharks can't swim without fins, I don't think. So I think it should come out right here. Let me think. And let's think. One thing, anytime you're doing designs for games, the one challenge always is not getting caught up in your painting, actually, and really trying to think of it from game view. It's very easy to want to make just cool painting, you know? But you got to make it from read from game view. All right. That can actually be really hard for some people to break that habit. I think that'll do for now. Just harden these edges a little. And then all right, time to give him muscle arms. Let's do this. First save, as always. So, Nikreem, or Incream, I'm not sure you said, is asking, I'm new to 3D, is using reference key to success or what? Yeah, you really should use reference. I'm really lazy sometimes about that, and it actually, I can't tell you how many times if I just spend like 15 minutes just putting some reference images together, or even like I just did, literally, I searched shark on the internet, and I found this kind of like front view kind of thing, kind of got this image because it had the fins in it, you know, kind of got this shape here, right? If I tried to do this without that, it would have probably been a nightmare. So always gather reference. It's massively important. Okay, let me think. If I'm going to have him potentially do this, so default could just be like that, and then I could, maybe it could be thumbs up, and okay, I'm going to keep it simple for now. Just thinking out loud. Okay, Because if we're going to take one side and then rotate it into position. But yeah, your reference is really, really important. Finding something like end results of what you want something to look like. Depending on what stage you're at, you might find different types of reference. You know, having a clear concept and vision for what you're making also is really important. All right, we'll do this arm here in a second also. So all those things are super important. So for example, I should probably get, when I start to sculpt this like thumbs up, I should probably get like an image or two of thumbs up, and it's going to make our, or a lot of times what I'll do, I even use my own hand. And I'll probably do that in here. You'll see I'll look at my hand and try and sort it out, or take on my own pictures. Like if you can't find what you need, grab pictures. Take your own. So thumb is on the inside and back, the back of the hand. Sounds simple, but without my reference of myself, I actually have to really think about it. What's the Forger app? Oh, it's the sculpting software, right? I have not used it. I need to. I actually should download that this week. So I have no opinion, basically is what I'm saying. All right, let's see here. So in these early stages, keeping it really simple like this is really good. Get all your pieces in place. I'm just thinking like, okay, I'm overthinking this thumb. Big time overthinking it. All right. This is going to be amazing when done. I want ZBrush iPad now. I'm waiting for that. I'm not on ZBrush Discord now. I don't use Discord that much actually. I have it for my channel for this, and even that is like, we barely even chat on there, which is fine. I'm not using it for that, but just too many things to keep up with. Too difficult. It is. I do like Discord in that it's just a cool platform. Why is this? All right, let's do this real quick. Turn on topology. We can kind of do a quick thing where we can move. I'll turn sculptress off. Shoot. Move these parts around. Yeah, I look forward to the day ZBrush is on the iPad. I honestly hope it's soon. That would be great. All right, so if I'm like this, I got this back plane on my forearm, which is fine. Bicep. Triceps in the back. Big old triceps. This shoulder is going to come into here. You think. Reference is key for anatomy, which I don't have right now. Is there a book you would recommend to learn ZBrush or just start doing random stuff? Um, Honestly, if you have access to the internet, I'd go even on Pixelogic's website or their YouTube and look at their just introductory series things. They have a lot of stuff already you can follow. A lot of good, just simple tutorials. There's a lot of guys just making basic YouTube tutorials. You know, I would say pick something you want to do. Give yourself like a goal. Start there. Keep it simple. Something that's attainable. So maybe it's like, I want to learn to just sculpt, I don't know, something simple. Follow a tutorial. But I would use the internet. Personally, for me, watching videos and stuff is a lot easier. Or I personally like to take classes for things, because then I feel responsible for doing them. So I'll sign up for a class and learn. This does not contain any polygons. What is it talking about? Is this not a polymesh? Oh my goodness. I didn't know I could do all that without a polymesh. Wait, how's it? Is there something I'm missing? It's not letting me mirror. It does not contain any polygons. What is it talking about? What? Oh, is that what it is? Spotlight? How do I just disable spotlight? Off? Is it? No. I haven't seen this before. What am I missing? If anyone knows, I definitely would appreciate it. Oh, it's calculating from the wrong side. I see. It has to be on that other side. Alright, then I'm going to use the old school style. Mirror. That works. There we go. Old tools. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. So you just mirror it with basic mirror, not actually mirror weld, and then you do mirror and weld. Okay, that makes sense. Thanks. And welcome, Crystal. Were you chatting on here this whole time? No, I hadn't seen you on here. Nice to have you. Alright. Where were we? But I do recommend for you learning ZBrush, just jump in and do it. Don't be too scared by it. I have a guy at work who actually is wanting to learn. He doesn't know anything and he's just starting. I think that's awesome. He's just a designer who wants to learn some ZBrush. And yeah. I feel like I'm spending way too much time on these arms. Alright, let's do this. Let's just start sculpting these. So is anyone on the Discord channel? I have a question, and this is not meant to make anyone feel bad or anything. But do you guys, when I message all, there's like 10 of us on there, by the way. This is not a happening channel. My goal to using it was always to, when I'm about to do a stream, open it up for whatever. And the last couple weeks I've said, hey, everyone, if anyone wants to do critiques, let me know. I'm more than happy. I can set it up. No one responds. I'm curious if you guys actually get it. If you do, it's okay. And I'm not sure if any of you in Discord are here right now. I'm just curious if you actually see the message. Let me see if I can fix the text to help you. I see. It's little right now. Yes, I can fix this. I'm pretty sure. Every time I start this channel, I forget that I need to go in and actually change some stuff. Let me try this real fast. Okay, embedded in stream. I have to always make it larger than I expect. Scale 200%. Let's go up. Let me see if this works. I think this is what I'm supposed to do. Sorry guys, I'm trying to fix my chat size. Da, da, da. Alright, let's see if that works. I think also sometimes I have to reactivate this chat. 1 second. Let me try it again. Copy. Now, oh, my chat should be over there. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. All right. Da, da. Okay. I don't know if the chat's helping any bigger, honestly. Maybe when someone types something. I thought I could make it like 200%. Desmond, are you asking me, do I sculpt it with Dynamesh and ZRemesh? What was the question? Yeah, I'm not sure how to make it any bigger. I feel like my chat should be correct at this point. I don't know. I'm not sure. It should be bigger, guys. But if not, then I don't know. Sorry. I thought it would be bigger. I'm not sure how to get it to be larger. One last thing I'm going to look at. Sorry, one last time I'm going to look here. You don't know. In the past, I would just change this thing. Oh, the other thing I've done in the past is done this. See how it's big? And then what I do, put it over here. And I believe now, do a little test for me. See how it's big? So every time I have to add a new one, I think it's better now. All right. Let me just give it more space. Oops. Hold on. Boom. Yes. All right. I think I'm set up. Yeah, it's weird. I just got to remember that every time I start, it likes to do change that. I don't know why. So you're asking, what's the proper workflow for ZBrush? I used to sculpt everything without ZRemesh. It depends what you're making. And I tell a lot of people this. I would say most advice I'd give is keep things low res as possible. So that means block something in real quick, then ZRemesh at a low resolution, and then get all your main shapes in. I recommend that. The only negative sculptress at this point is if you're not really comfortable with sculpting, you can get, like, your forms can get out of control pretty quick. And before Sculptress, basically, I would tell people, like, block everything in, and stay low res as possible. Don't get caught up in like detail and stuff. And then you can always subdivide. You can always go up. It's just like drawing. Most people at least, shouldn't just start detailing eyeballs. Same kind of thing. Keep it as low as you can. Then I'd say ZRemesh it, clean it up, and then start subdividing and going up. Is a good way to do it. But if you can avoid that habit of actually, I'm going to Dynamesh all this together. If you can avoid the habit of just going nuts, you'll be better off. But it can be very hard to. Let me see here. You got this side. It's funny, you'd think I could do a fist so easy. But still gotta remind myself how to make one. So yeah, I guess I didn't really answer, but stay as low as you can, as long as you can. Basically, is my answer. In short. And if you can make it look good low, like for example, our characters, how we block in characters at work. Say we're making a new character. I literally will, you see these little proxy shapes I have going here, these different parts? I'll literally block in a character where every like segment is a part. So like I'll have like the forearm, the bicep, the chunks of the torso. So basically we can pose it without a rig and quickly get it into position to test scale and stuff. And it kind of forces me also to not get caught up on any detail. It's purely clear, simple read. And the nice thing about that is you just focus on shape. And so, and then, like for example, we're wrapping up this new character we just started, and it's really low res. The animators can work on it, and we're about to swap in the new final mesh. And it's amazing how far you can take something even when we gave them the like proxy model. So my point is just stay as low as you can. Don't worry necessarily about, there's not like a necessarily right way in the sense that like Z remesh or not. I just be wise about how you sculpt, basically. My stuff is really off here. Let me see. I'm getting a little out of. Okay, elbow would be down here. I'm not one of those people that sculpts something super fast and perfect every time. I feel like every time is a struggle. So I gotta always kind of think through the forms. Look, he at least looks happy. Happy shark. Oh, yeah, back to my Discord question. Are any of you in here on Discord, my little channel? And if so, do you get my messages when I try to ping everybody? I'm just kind of curious. If you do, then why aren't you responding? No, I'm kidding. It is okay. I think people then just don't want to do critiques, which is totally fine. We can just keep sculpting goofy stuff. I have no problem with that. All right. All right. Yeah, the biggest tips I could say with sculpting are keep things simple, make sure you have planes and bony landmarks. Those are probably the biggest things you could do. You have no idea what Discord is? It's basically I guess a chat platform. It's kind of like a modern forum actually. So people just chat on it and there's like channels. And so for example, I have my channel, and then in there you can have like sub channels or sub things, kind of like a forum, and people can just live chat. And so there's a lot of them for different things, like for games, for whatever. And so I made one for this because early on people were asking if there's a way to chat outside of here. So we made a Discord channel. I thought I'd give it a try. And so that's all it is. It's very much a new kind of thing. Alright, so my chest is feeling funny. I kind of want to get back to the shark portion of this, but you know what it is? I think this is... my bicep's not going in the right way. Here we go. So the bicep's going to go back under here. My lats go between the bicep and the tricep. Tricep goes back kind of like this. Really big Arnold ones. Give him big old forearms because he works out a lot under the sea. This dude underwater is non-stop. I was also thinking of, when I was thinking about this, I was thinking of the guy from Finding Nemo. Oh, and my neck. So this is important to make sure this plane is correct. Someone asked earlier about learning to sculpt. If you want to do anatomy stuff, I always recommend I'm spacing his name. Man, I can't think of his name all of a sudden. It'll come to me, then I'll tell you. It's a great anatomy course for sculpting and ZBrush and stuff. He's non-stop. That works because don't sharks have to keep moving? I do think they have to keep moving. I think you're right. He's moving non-stop. Getting ripped. Getting cut out there. Get swole. Indeed. This is just ridiculous. It's funny stuff. All right. Got a bit of this going on. Okay. Man, why can't I think of the guy's name who does all the anatomy sculpting courses? Anyone here help me? I don't know. I can't think tonight. Can't think straight. All right. Scott Eaton, thank you. Thank you, Crystal. I knew someone here would save me. Yes, Scott Eaton. That's who I was thinking of. Yeah, I mean, Ryan Kingsley's good too. Andrew Kars, I haven't taken any of his classes yet, so I can't speak. But Scott was great for me. Because he was more from like an entertainment perspective, at least, and kind of understood how we dissect things. So I really enjoyed that perspective. Andrew Kars is awesome sculptor too. I actually should probably take some of his courses. But yes, I would say for people learning, if you want to learn anatomy, just take one of their courses. They have online courses you can follow, or just sign up for one of their classes. Something like that gives you a goal. All right. This shark and his silly anatomy. Man, I knew someone would save me on here with that. I could not think for the life of me, for some reason, Scott. Alright, I slowed down a little bit here when I got to those arms. This has turned into sculpting a figure. Gotta get back to our shark. And all his sharkness. You'd think he'd have big chest pecs for all the swimming he does. But I don't know. So Crystal, I just came across your Instagram today. There's some really cool stuff on there. All the printing stuff you're doing, your art. It's really cool. I'm always on the fence about getting a printer to make stuff with. I just haven't bit the bullet yet. Do you have your own printer, or do you send your stuff off somewhere still? Seems so tempting to get one. I need to turn my reference back on. Forgetting what I'm making here. Let's see, spotlight. Where'd you go? Oh, that's right. Alright, my shark ref is back. I was making a shark, I think. I think I was, right? Oh yeah, Ownage. I used them a while ago for something. I forget which one I used them for. They're great. What is it you don't like about the Form 2 printer? She's saying 3D prints break down over time when they're light cured ones. The prints will better details it's why and how I got into molding casting. Ah. Yeah, I would assume if I was doing like, oh no, ZBrush, don't crash on me. Ah, save. If I was doing production stuff, I'd probably get it printed somewhere, I would think, and use more of a printer for myself. It's kind of how I figured. Or just doing my own fun stuff to sell, like, for fun. Oh man, customer support sucks. Seems like people genuinely seem to like the Form 2 printer though. It's interesting. Maybe they're just like building issues with the Form 2. With the like quality of how they're built. Yeah, I still haven't bit the bullet for one. just have sent mine off to be printed up to this point, pretty much. But I would like to try. I have a buddy who was waiting on getting his Formlabs 3 printer. I was going to print that Akuma I made, I put on Instagram, but it's yet to happen yet. I would like for that to happen. It'd be cool. I'm trying to think what I even want to do on this shark head. I feel like I'm supposed to like do something. Let's see here. Yeah, he's supposed to be kind of happier. That's where we started. He was a happy shark who flexed on the beach. So my next goal will be to give him a tank top, which we probably should make. I don't know if I watch Street Sharks. I don't know if I'm aware. All right, let's do this. He's got to have a really low, obviously low cut because he is a Venice Beach lifter. And then I don't think I've seen Street Sharks. I gotta look this up. No marvelous designer here. Ah, no. Oh, no. We're gonna ZBrush this tank top. Also, the back has to be low. This is a happy shark who lifts weights at Venice Beach. Yeah, Crystal, I can't wait to see the print, honestly. It's going to be awesome. Okay, I gotta look up Street Sharks then. Maybe there's gonna be some good reference. 1 second. Street Sharks cartoon. Oh yeah. Look at this. Alright, we gotta put some Street Sharks inspiration on here. This should have just been my design. Look at their abs. Alright, I'm gonna bring one into ZBrush. Alright. Street Sharks. Oh wait, does ZBrush not take a PNG? Oh, there it is. Alright, Street Sharks, join us. Oops. Here we are. Add them to the reference page. Oh yes. Perfect. That's pretty much what I'm making. It could be winking, you're right. One side definitely could be winking. The problem is, to know someone's winking, you have to see both eyes. And sharks, well, I guess we could have him looking straight on. like so. Something. And I think I need to give him like a... I could either give him... I might need to give him a little more waist here real quick, so I can have it cut off like a statue. Alright, hold on. We're going to do it to where he's got his this is like the modern version that's happy. These guys have six-pack abs and everything. Oh man, these are great. Theirs do protrude from the body. It's a bit funny. I like the hammerhead design. It was funny. I guess I'm doing a bust. Yeah. It's kind of just like how far do we get on this thing? And what I can do here is just chop it. Give myself what I'm going for. Why I was doing this is to give it a nice clean line. So now I just got the clean bust line type of thing. And then we can always do the, you know, clay looking plane. Like it was carved. Alright. Alright. We're getting somewhere. The biker mice from Mars? What? I never saw toys for this, no. I don't know how I missed this show. This looks amazing. Also, this guy has to have a little waist because at Venice Beach, you're all upper body. Okay. Alright, this is getting good. Let's make sure we're happy with this up here. Maybe we need to bulk up his back traps a little bit. Okay. I have the eyes on the same layer as the arms. Do I really? No, I don't. We got eyes, body, fin, and arms. Like that. Let me save. Am I still at Riot? Yes. I'm at Riot. Still there, trucking along. It's actually really good. Enjoying the project. I guess with the eye, I think I just need to clean up this area. That's it. Just give it a nice clean. inset. Then he's probably going to need some teeth, I'm thinking. Gotta have teeth if you're a shark. Okay. Get a little bit of overlap here. Oh, it's H polish, not what I wanted. There could have been a case where, okay, this is what you're, okay, this is actually what you're seeing. When I rotate, they turn off. Okay, I actually shared this a couple streams ago. I actually didn't know why this happened for up until like literally a couple months ago. And if you just started ZBrush, I'm going to share a tip with you that drove me nuts for ages because I, for the longest time, just would not understand why my subtools are disappearing. To your point, they're all on the same layer, it looks like. Well, that's not the case. It's actually just this one button. And it's under solo mode here. If you accidentally click dynamic, and solo is normally actually on the right side here. I just have my laptop, so I have a slightly different setup. But you'll find it down here on the bottom. And if you turn dynamic on, which I do all the time by accident, it actually makes stuff disappear. So you can see now it doesn't when I rotate. If you turn dynamic on, then stuff rotates. I mean, sorry, it doesn't rotate, it disappears. Annoys me. That I did not know for who knows how long, honestly. A real long time. Alright, so I'm actually at a point where it might be worth ZRemeshing, especially now if I want to get into cleaning up aspects of this. So like if I'm like, generally happy with what I have, other than giving him teeth, which I could either sculpt or actually model in. What do we want to do? I wonder if he should have teeth coming out the bottom, like so. Or if he should have goofier teeth coming out the top. He's got to have some teeth. You know what? Let's just do this. Bend a sphere. And like we learned, we'll start on... Oh, come on. We're going to start on the... Oh, we cannot forget about his tank top. Alright. Start on this side. Simply do a little tooth. Let's see if it works this time. Mirror and weld. Where are we? Oh, not local symmetry though. Turn that off. Come on. Sorry guys, I'm trying to pull this down. Forget it. Alright, so it should work now. Yep. Let's pinch. Actually, let's go solo mode on these for a second, because we can use planar. So if you're wondering, I just use a sphere and just am moving this around for those that are new. But yeah, this guy's gotta have teeth. All right. Put some in the front here. The thing is he's kind of goofy, but he's so strong that no one messes with him at the gym. Let's see here. This is so silly. It's great. It is great. It is truly great. How do I duplicate the tooth? Okay, if you have no subdivisions on your geometry at the moment, which I don't, I haven't really been working with subdivisions yet, you can just simply, sorry, I'm looking at, this tooth's a little wobbly here, 1 second. You can simply Alt drag and it should, I think it's Alt, we'll see here in just a second. All right, so if you Alt and drag, or no, Control drag, it'll duplicate whatever's selected. So if I actually have something masked, it'll respect the mask too, so I can Control drag, and it'll take only the stuff that wasn't masked. It's really nice, actually. Whoa. I accidentally just switched. It's a really nice way to quickly do this kind of stuff. All right, Shark Man. Actually, kind of like the stumpier tooth a little bit. Might stump this one up a little. Yeah, it's really nice. The main thing is you just can't have any subdivisions. So that's all you got to look out for. All right, now let's make sure that it feels like our teeth are overlapping. The top lip is overlapping these teeth, or else this can be a little funny. So let's mask off the lower part. Masks are great for this kind of stuff. Just going to keep the nose shape simple. They can smell really well, so I probably should have a nose in there. It's one thing I've learned about during Shark Week. Dim noses, they can smell these sharks. Alright. Alright, let's make sure this feels like it's one lip also. Actually, that's supposed to be this. What am I talking about? This just needs to be better. Alright. Alright, Bro Shark. Yes. Yep, it's all Shark Week. That's where this began. If you weren't here at the beginning, I was asking people if they watched Shark Week here. And I said in honor of Shark Week, we have to do a shark themed thing. So that's how we got here. Also, we could texture them real fast. I feel like I'm going to have to do a proper image for this guy. He's coming along. All right, let's do a quick poly paint, get a feel, and then we're going to put on his shirt. All right, so I'm using the skin shader. Or if I should make this kind of like tank top, yes. Tank top, that is what I meant. Only if I could speak. All right. Let's look at our reference. Actually, I want to maybe just mask this. Actually, that's not a good idea. Let's just paint it. All right. Here we go. Just keep it rough. I'll show you in a second some quick ways to do this. Oh yeah. Looking cool, bro. You know what this guy needs? Just wait. Are you asking me how am I doing my UVs for this particular thing right now or just in general? See, this is why I need to actually start subdividing. You can start to see I'm having breakdowns here. We'll probably do that here in a bit. ZBrush actually has a UV thing you can use if you just need something for whatever. Otherwise, I do my UVs in Maya because that's just my standard 3D package. Yeah, this tank top we're going to make has to be real small. He's been working out hard to show off this bod. Good solid workouts at Venice Beach. Actually, I didn't know for a while. I always thought Venice Beach was the original Muscle Beach. It was actually Santa Monica Beach. I did not know that for a long time. So I'm in Skin Shader right now, if anyone's wondering. I'm going to switch back actually to sculpt this. Hello, Skull. How's it going? Welcome to our Shark Week inspired theme, where we are making Muscle Beach Sharky Shark. Shark Man himself. Alright, you know what we're going to do? We're going to quickly ZRemesh this. Alright, let's save. Because I'm getting to a point where I don't want to deal with the Dynamesh anymore. Well, you know, initially it wasn't this cartoon, and then I learned about this cartoon tonight. We started talking about it, and I actually had never seen it before, so I got a reference image of it to add to my list, and it is now an inspiration. Inspiration for us all. In all its greatness. All right. Let's paint this other side. Let's see. Probably should go. Yeah, I was actually thinking about the weightlifting gloves also. We need to block in some solid hands still. But I think you're right. Weightlifting gloves will set this over the top, as well as something neon. Actually, his tank top could totally be neon, now that I'm saying that. Trying to think if I should have this go up higher. I think so. What's up, Jason? Welcome, welcome. I'm not sure if I'm going to join the arms to the body for this. I actually might leave them separate. I think I can get away with it since he's muscly. Kind of believe that, maybe. So if I sculpt it in a way where it can feel like it's just he has a big old shoulder, I'm hoping. We'll see. Worst case scenario, you just join them up at the end when everything's done. If I don't need to, if this is just for you to like make something for fun, no, you do not have to. I mean, it is up to you what you want to do, right? So you don't have to merge these at all. In this case, I probably won't unless you get to a fidelity level where it requires it. It's just fun like this. It's just going to be easier, especially if I want to do something like quickly adjust, like, let me save it. So say we turn off symmetry, and we want to take this guy to the next level. Let me think. Actually, might not need to rotate that too much. Just a little here. Maybe a little bit here. And then gives us more flexibility here. Yeah, we definitely got to rotate this forward some. Figure out how that works. Boom. Oh, you know what I should have done is this. Because people do this all the time with two hands. Oh, you're talking about like at work. What if send this further down the road workflow at work if things were still separated? I'm just trying to get a feel for what's expected in industry, especially for portfolio sample pieces. Okay. At work, yes, I send stuff if it's a block-in. So if we're sorting out proportions, like I was talking earlier, where you're just blocking in the shapes to try and figure out the rig and all that kind of stuff, then yeah, you might send it down like this. If it's for your portfolio, you probably want to just make it as nice as you can. You know what, let's just do, I'm going to make it like this concept real quick that we did at the beginning. So that's what we're going to do. I have an idea. So we only have to deal with one hand. All right, first off, let's rotate this arm down. Might have to resculpt some stuff later a little bit. Not a big deal. Then we chop it off. And actually, probably what we really need to do is slice it off. Okay. So now we just got to sort out a little bit of the wonkiness on this. Let me do that before I chop it. So yeah, so if it's, back to your question about this in pieces, if it's, like I said, you're trying to sort out proportions and a block-in mesh, you can be a little more loose in this sense with something like I have, where your arms might be separate just for sake of speed and figuring stuff out. Um, if I were making a portfolio piece though, I would try to make something that looks more like an actual finished asset. Finished assets aren't going to be parted out like this. And maybe that's what you're asking. But yeah, you'd have actual like low-res topology and all the good stuff, right? But if I'm looking at someone's portfolio, I'm not necessarily as concerned about like blockouts. That's my workflow. That's not even necessarily the same workflow for everyone. It really depends the place. I like it, but it's different everywhere. Street Shark, indeed. Yeah, so finished products, yeah, you should just make it as finished looking as you can. Alright, so we're going to delete that hand because this is a bust and we can get away with it in this case. Maybe even higher up the arm to make it clearly a bust. Yeah, something like this. This is a little funky still, this bicep, but we can fix that. Alright, so we're just going to Dynamesh it again. And actually I'm going to first delete hidden. And then we'll just Dynamesh it. You'll see. Dynamesh will, you said how do I close the face? There's a few ways. If you don't want to Dynamesh it, since this is just, again, there's no layers, this is just a crazy mesh right now. You can just say close holes actually. Here in modified topology, you can hit close holes. It'll just close it. In this case, I'm going to actually Dynamesh it. So let's do it. And it closes it. You can see when I do this. We're good. Yeah, this guy is supposed to be smiley. He's a happy one. He is a working out happy machine. He works out so much, he has the good, endorphins for working out. You stay happy when you do that. You know? This guy can probably bench a lot, considering he's a shark. So he already has great white benching power. I'd guess at least 1,200 pounds. That'd be my guess. He's strong, to say the least. How many pieces would you say would be good for a portfolio? If you're talking about video games, which I assume you are, then personally what I care about, and maybe in order, would be one, I would like to see you have a piece that is kind of finished in the sense that it's a character that is like in Marmoset or something, that you have normal maps, you've textured it, whether that's out of substance or whatever, I don't care. So you basically show you understand basics of PBR, like modern rendering for games. So like basically just have an asset that is that, right? Maybe it's a full character, maybe it's something like this, that's like something like this, but just done really well, like a game asset. It doesn't even have to be a full one per se. And then I'd say at a minimum, you have to have a really good game asset. And then after that, a second one would be nice, but after that, I would care mostly about your aesthetics and how you sculpt, your eye for things, and sculpting can show that. And then after that, it just depends how many. And that's where getting help on curating how many pieces you have. You don't need many. Like if you have like 3, couple pieces, like I remember one of these guys we hired at my last studio where he had like maybe 3 solid pieces and it was enough. If you've been in the industry for a while, I'd probably expect a few more, maybe, just because I'd be like, where's your work? You know, like, what have you been working on? And sometimes people just haven't been on projects that they're particularly proud of, so they still keep their portfolio tight, which everyone will say is like smaller portfolio. That's better, is better than just a lot of stuff. So that kind of still applies. So yeah, I'd say like 3 solid things. One of those being a full game asset. So this is if you're totally junior. And then really good sculpting piece, that type of thing. This almost already feels kind of like the glove. Especially if I were to put the this like this. Now he has a glove. You're right though, to make this go next level, has to have workout gloves. So now on this other side of his arm, I want to, I think, actually rotate him up more. All right, I promise we're going to do this tank top. Let me think here. I think if I was doing a thumb, honestly, should he do this instead, guys? Actually, let's do it this style. So let's fill that with our should he be doing the shaka? Since he's a surfing weightlifter dude? I don't know if he surfs. I assume he does because he's a shark, you know. Why is everything moving right now? Oh, I have this on. I'm gonna have to work on this to make this better, but I think there's something to this. This might have to be a multi-stream project where next week we actually do more on this because to make it really good. You're asking, is there a job in the industry for artists that just ZBrush sculpt, like maybe high-res texture or normal mapping? Would someone get paid to just make high-res models? Rarely. Not to say there's not special cases. Say you're someone really likes, say you're like someone who makes maquettes. I mean, sometimes you'll have relationships at studios where like someone might be particularly really good at something and you'll find them in these kind of positions possibly, but most of the time no. Most game artists can do um, all aspects. Now some studios will have it to where it'll be like um, someone might be particularly like good at texturing, like a texture artist, and they'll be like handle aspects of a character, you know. But most people can do it all. It's not as common to see just that. Yeah, the sculpting is probably the most fun part of making the character. But I actually really enjoy other aspects too. There's a lot of really cool aspects of the character process. And if you can learn to enjoy them, then you can probably make a... Sorry, I'm just thinking here. I really need to look at basically this line of action is off. I need to have this go through. So what it has to be like, I think, is this has to go more like this. I have to angle it a little bit. Sorry, I keep looking at my hand. Basically, you kind of get a line between your pinky and your thumb. Alright, we're getting somewhere on this actually. Kind of nice. It's not too bad. Might just leave it simple for now. Like this. Yeah, for sure, no problem. You guys can ask questions like this anytime. I don't mind answering. It's actually kind of fun to help. I would have loved to have someone to ask questions when I started. The question is, are his appendages, what are they actually like? I guess they have to be decent appendages here. Oh, what's a block-in mesh that I mentioned? So essentially, it's a mesh that is, you know, the mannequins you can buy that are like humans and you can pose them, the little wood things, and they're made of like simple shapes, but it looks like a human. Kind of like that, but for creatures or whatever, right? You basically, your goal is to block out the proportions and key shapes and colors that go into building the rig, but they're simple. Sometimes as simple as that. Sometimes um, a little more complicated. It depends, but that's essentially the goal. Yeah, I guess his three middle fingers could be fused. Do something cool like that where it's like one, they're like webbed. Might be hard to show that. Other than I could do stuff like show webbing between these other fingers also. So we could do stuff where like there's just webbing between this. That is more than the usual. Alright, let's step away from this for a little bit and do tank top now. Blender is not like a normal tool in the industry, no. Not to say you wouldn't see it, people using it maybe. It might become more common, like maybe at a startup studio. So like an indie studio or something where they're trying to save money or like a small group of people. I could see that totally happening. But not say like at my job we all use Maya or most people use Maya or Max. Still, it's pretty common. but a lot of studios also let you use what you're comfortable with. So like if there's a good case for using something like, say, Blender, probably could make that case, make it happen. I might need to switch back to my other material to really get these forms. I personally haven't used Blender, so it's hard for me to say, but I would think so, yes. It'd probably give you a pretty good foundation. Because I think it's just a pretty solid 3D application anyways. If you, I mean, in theory, if you know how to make something in Blender, like a character, you're going to be able to make it in Maya or Max or wherever. It's all the same stuff. It's just learning to have an eye for what you're making. You just have to then learn the tools you got, right? So if you learn in Blender, like that's totally cool. Honestly, if your portfolio was all Blender, no one would care. There'd basically just be an onboarding period of you learning whatever software the studio is using, if it's not Blender. Alright, just fixing the structure of this arm since I rotated it. Man, I'm feeling like committed to this guy. This idea has come together. Sharkman. Alright, time to do the tank top. Oh man, my neck. I must be sitting a certain way tonight. It's tight. You're asking, what about cinema? It's all the same. Some people might be using Blender for stuff now. They have really good rendering, but most are probably using Maximi or in-house software still. Have you ever got a character concept assigned and feel that you won't be able to deliver? Let me answer SketchFX first. What programs does Riot use for rendering? For games, it depends what project you're on. Like our project, we are using Unreal. So that's what we use. And then the question about, have you ever got a character concept you feel you can't deliver? Yes. All the time. More so when I was on God of War. When I was on those games, particularly in God of War 3, if any of you played it, the first thing you fight in the game is this big Poseidon creature. It's Poseidon, and it turns into this. You're on Gaia, and you fight this giant water horse. That thing. I saw the concept and was like, what in the world? So yes. But like anything, you kind of just start somewhere and you eventually get to it and you figure it out. And that's what I learned to do on those projects. You kind of sort it out. You solve it. You just get better at getting creative at solving problems like that. And that's typically a big difference between senior people and not. Like, senior people typically just have experience solving problems like this. Yeah, when I saw that concept for Poseidon, I was like, this is crazy, right? This is made of water and it's this giant horse and like, what are you guys thinking? Oh yeah, so I'm going to Z remesh this now. I forgot I started to do that. And So when I do this, I typically duplicate, so I have my base one to project onto, or project from. So I'm going to hide everything else. We're going to go down to ZBrush. Up until this point, we've just been sculpting on a raw mesh. Now we're going to get it clean. Hit ZBrush. Is there any way to export shaders from ZBrush to Maya? Not really, because they do a different type of shading thing. There are ways to bake. Well, I think you can bake materials to texture. Depends what you're wanting to do. Like what's the case you'd want to do that? The main thing is ZBrush rendering engine is completely different than Maya. So really, in a way, you can't. It's not a thing. So yeah, in short, no, you cannot do that. But there are things you can pull out of ZBrush and bake to textures. All right, so now we're going to turn on our old one. So we have both in the scene. I'm going to hit solo to hide. I'm going to subdivide this one once. Go to project, project all. Yes, I want poly paint. Let's subdivide, project. All right. Now I typically toggle between the two to see if I can really tell a difference anywhere. On the face, a little. Most of this at this point I can probably clean up. Yeah, so I'm going to delete the lower one. Okay. Now we got this. So now the nice thing is we have a clean mesh. We can start just sculpting on better forms, which is nice. Because then we're going to be able to get cleaner shapes, which is excellent. Also, we can get higher resolution. Poly painting for a final color pass. But now with the better geo, we can do stuff like H polish and cleanly do this thing. You might need to join the arms, the shoulders, like the flaps on the biceps and triceps. Possibly, yeah. I think when I get closer to the end, I might. And then I can like fix some of these transitions a little easier. We'll see. Yeah, you can take poly paint. So like, for example, if you mean like this material that I painted here, this color, you can totally do that by baking it down to texture in ZBrush. That is very doable. Okay. All right, let's tank top this guy. I just keep getting distracted. So many things to make on this guy. This ripped shark ruling the sea, the ocean, I mean. The only reason I keep kind of going on it is because it affects my tank top. That's it. But I think I'm going to make it loose. So like, again, reference was asked earlier, so let's find a workout tank top. I'm trying to think of what to even call this. I want a loose one. Yeah, men's workout tank tops for sure. But I want the guys who get the really baggy ones. Let's see. And they're all ripped. Oh, my stream name? Um, so Pixelogic, I just used their for the chat. I just used their chat. I could sign into something, I guess, and use my own. But yeah, my name's Katon Callaway, as it says on the bottom of the screen there. I just use their. So basically, I know guys from Pixelogic, and they just asked if I wanted to stream sometime, and I said, yeah, that sounds fun. And so they offer up uh, saying like you can use other things if you want to chat, like maybe log in with your own thing. But I don't care. I'm just on here to chat. Sorry guys, I'm looking on Google Images right now. If you're wondering, I can't find any good reference, so we're just gonna wing it, which I was saying earlier is not the right thing to do. But I'm not gonna bore you guys. But yeah, this is the official Pixelogic channel, and so I stream on their channel. All right, let's do this. Sharkman needs his tank top. All right, so first off, he had a traditional tank top, and then it got ripped. So that has to be like that. It has to come way down here, way lower than it needs to be. But as someone said earlier, he didn't work this hard for nothing. And so yeah, this is what I'm going for here. That's what I was trying to find a good image of this. These guys who have the totally deep V tank tops, and then they're super baggy and or ripped. You know, they're basically ripped versions down the sides. That's what I'm going for. And if any of you own one, no shame. I hope you're ripped enough to wear one. Extreme deep V's. Exactly. All right. I'm just trying to think of where the threading would be on this. Like the seams, you know? So it kind of feels right. Let me look on my images again. So at least I have reference for, oh, here's some. Okay. Basically, actually it's a pretty good reference for my muscles also. Okay, I got it. So basically this guy's gonna have one that normally was like this, but it's ripped at this point. Right? And then so basically it's just a really baggy one. And the back is gonna be like that. Okay. Yeah, if you're this big, then no one's saying anything to you. I mean, they're probably asking you tips. All right. I kind of on him. I kind of want him to have like a. We can do this after, but I want to pick like a neon color and be like. I don't know why I feel like he needs this, but I feel like he deserves like. He needs like a lightning tattoo or something. I gotta come up with something on his face like this. Oh yeah. and it kind of falls off. It probably should go more in line with his shark face, like this. Hold on. Oh, he needs gills. All right, let's get back to his tank top. All right, extract. Let's see here. All right, 0.01. This looks pretty good. Let's just clean this up a little. So what we're going to do after this, I don't have to get this perfect. So what we'll do, all right, let's extract it. Make sure everything's good on the bottom. Okay. Yeah, this is all tablet. Yeah, trying to sculpt this with a mouse would be very difficult. I'd be quite impressed. Can I not extract a double-sided surface? Alright, so let's accept this. Now, I personally am going to clean this up, so I'm going to delete the inside. Hold on. So we're going to clean this up a little bit. Alright, delete hidden. Now we're going to Z remesh it kind of low. Let's see what we get. What time is it? 12:30? Oh goodness. Alright, so it's not bad, but we have areas that like we don't really need. Basically what I want is I don't want any of this type of stuff. So let's see if we can get rid of it. See how this is just straight all the way through? That's basically what we want. All this is good. So this is all good. So where it falls apart is right in here. Let's see if we can just, there we go. All right, that's pretty good. You can do stuff too, like, I wish I was better at these loops. There's like panel loops and stuff where we can loop the inside and probably even like, yeah. All right, so from here, essentially, first actually let's just pull this around to where we want it. And then we can remesh it once we get it to a point we like. So we want to be baggy. I want to mask off this bottom part so that I can kind of pull it around and not be too concerned. So I'm masking this off. So how many triangles are too many for a ZBrush sculpt? I'm sure if Portfolio had a sculpt in it with a jigs mount, it might raise a few flags now. I don't really look at the poly counts in Portfolio, on the ZBrush, that is. If you showed me your game mesh and you had a ridiculous amount, then yeah. But your ZBrush sculpt doesn't matter. The main thing that matters with that is how good the sculpt looks. That's about it. Actually, I think I might keep this tight through the body. Now, if your sculpt just had tons of geometry and it looked lumpy and not that great, then yes, it would raise flags. But that's more about your sculpt than it is about anything else. Actually, I want to baggy a little bit in the front. Kind of want it to be more thin through here. Thanks, Skull. How exactly is ZBrush used in games? It's used to make the high-res sculpt. So like, if I were to make this, if you look at this geometry here, this is like upwards of, well, let's see. This mesh is, what does it say? Oh, 564,000 triangles or points right now. This is. So a game model will probably have like 10 to 20,000. This is upwards of 500,000, which is not that much. ZBrush sculpts will have millions. You can't put that in a game. So ZBrush is used to make the high-res sculpt, which then you bake that information down onto low-res geometry. Most of the time using normal maps. Sometimes you bake the info. And when I say bake, you transfer the information onto a texture that then the engine uses to render. And it's used for that, purely for getting all the high-res information in Sculpt. Is where it's all at. Yeah, ZRemesher does a pretty good job now. It's gotten pretty impressive. It does quads. And now I can do other stuff, as you'll see. So I'm about to, okay. So I'm about to extrude all this. Actually, I don't even have to do it through here. Someone showed me recently, my friend Blair at work showed me this one. Where is it? Panel loops. And she used a thing that just would extruded it. Edge loop. And you use this panel loops thickness. And you can say, no, that's, yes, this is it. Okay. So you can say like, yeah, you can put a thickness on here. Oh, that's right. Loops 1. Let's see here. There we go. Boom. Now we have our tank top, which I'm pretty happy with. Yeah, no worries. You can ask all the questions you like. Alright, so now we got our tank top. Sharkman's feeling good. Oops. Why does this look so dense and it's not? What in the world? It's like there's creasing on or something. Weird. Is my smooth is on? Does panel loops add a crease? I don't know what it's doing. Doing something weird. Oh, weird. It's not adding levels. The tank does not have subdivisions right now, and if anyone's here that might know this, I'm subdividing my tank top, and it's not making different subdivision levels. It's just like subdividing it like it's doing a really weird thing. And I'm actually not sure why. Alright, not going to worry about it too much right now, because it really doesn't matter at the current moment. This guy's pretty funny. Oh, I think you might be right. But the mask. Yep, that's exactly what it was. Yes, thank you. Perfect. Those pesky masks. Thanks, Skull. This has been a pretty fun one. It's kind of just come together, actually. I wasn't sure where this would go, to be honest, when we started it. But it's been pretty good. I need to do this seam, basically. It's funny. Alright, let me think here. Because I'm only going to spend so much more time tonight before I call it an evening. Probably going to have to come back to this. Maybe we could do this, trying to think. I could either finish this in the off time, or we could come back to it. I don't know how much more I'd do. Next time I'd probably do something like finish his hand, and then do the glove. And then maybe like, I actually really like how this shark guy has these cool tattoos. Also, my dude needs some gills. We can't forget about the gills. Let me think. Where are the gills at on these guys? And how many do they have? Let's look here. Is it like 3 gills? Now these pictures have it. Let me look online real quick. Shark gills. Alright. Oh, they have anywhere from like... Oh, they have a few. They can have a few. Alright, so... And they also cross. They go from the top of the head down the sides. This actually is not bad what I even just put in. Yeah, the fused fingers right now are purely because I blocked it in. I could go through and actually sculpt out the fingers. Or I could keep it a fin, like you're saying. Honestly, it's kind of funny as a fin. If I were to just keep it like this. So I could do it like that. Let me think here real fast. Basically, he only has a thumb and a pinky. And the rest goes to just his little fin. I need to turn off the poly paint. The shark guy? Well, if you're just joining us, it started out as a homage to Shark Week, where I was wanting to make a shark man. That worked out. And then I was delightfully shown this shark cartoon called Street Sharks. And it turns out people love some street sharks. So I'm kind of going with it at this point, I feel like. So now it's kind of a street sharks guy. So what has happened? And here we are, making this dude for Shark Week. And he has a whole story. He loves to work out at Venice Beach. He has a ripped tank top because he's so strong. Enjoys crawdads and lobster. All right. Let's see here. Yes, pure protein. He's a protein kind of guy. All right. All right, he's got his gills. Let me actually do a little bit of work on the gills real quick. The water flows through this way, right? Let's do and then what we can do, just pull pull it out and over. Right? They go that way. Oh no, I think I have them backwards. It does feel a little off. Okay, yes I do. Or it's the other way. So it'd be like this. There we go. This actually goes right in line with his little smile. Which actually works quite nice. Good night, Sketch. See you next time. Thanks for hanging. Yeah, join me next time, Sketch. Just keep posting on Instagram or whatever. I'll post pretty much every other Tuesday night. I've been doing this for the most part. All right. I think after these skills, I'm going to call it an evening myself, as it's late. And we might have to pick up the legend next week. I'm trying to think if it's worth it or if I should just finish it on my own time. I'm just not sure when I'm going to work on it. It's actually been fun. We did a lot tonight on this. Considering we did the whole thing. It's been fun. It's fun just doing these themes. Last week I started one. It wasn't as strong. Still, it was fun to just do a sculpt. Yeah, it is hard to stop sometimes. I can just keep finding stuff to do on this. And the thing is with this, actually, we're not actually that far off from just finishing it. I think what I could do next time, what I would like to try and do is render this. I could do it one of two ways. Render this out in ZBrush, or I could kick it into Keyshot and do like a cool clay kind of look. And it'd be fun to show at least how I set it up to you guys. And they have the ZBrush to Keyshot link up, which is what I use, which is really nice. I just don't have Keyshot set up tonight, or else I'd even do a little bit of that. And we could do a really fun, just like it's like a little maquette statue of him doing his thing. And just kind of show my process for that. I really need to sort out why Photoshop's not showing up on my stream though. So I need to sort that because that's part of it, taking it in there. And this guy is hilarious. Oh, I kind of lost a bit of that structure now. So I gotta go back and fix this. Honestly, he needs to be a little wider in the snout, I think. This is so funny. I don't know. I think this guy's pretty funny in the end. It's good stuff. Would I be willing to share an art collab project? What do you mean? Sticky art channel. Yes, he is a happy guy. Sticky art. What are you talking about? All right, then you get the muscle separates here. Muscles marinara. Be fun to do a Battletoads. That's what I should do. We should just do classic, cool cartoons like this, like Battletoads next time. The more obscure, funny ones. But no, next time, okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and get my keyshot set up on my machine here. And then at a minimum, hopefully keyshot will show up on the stream for me. And then after that, I'm going to try and get Photoshop working. If I can get these things together, then I can show you guys how I do a basic setup one night. We can finish a couple aspects of this and then render it. I think would be cool. And since ZBrush and Keyshot pair together, I think that's all right to do on the Pixelogic stream because it's a cool feature and it's a nice partnership. So you're saying it's a collab I'm hosting to show off anyone who wants to create a character ready to write Area 51 art style. Since this is Pixelogic's channel, you should probably keep it to that. Now, if you want to just tell people about it and tell them to go check your thing out or something, feel free, but we should try and keep most of it around their stuff, I think, just out of respect. But it sounds like people can search for something. All right. There's a little wonkiness right here, but it's all good. Let's turn solo off. Let's see here. Yeah, if this was my channel, I probably wouldn't care so much, but this is Pixelogic, so I want to keep it that for them. All right. I think I'm going to stop there. As you guys can see, look at our concept art up there. We did pretty good. It actually kind of feels like our little drawing we did at the beginning. I didn't expect it to go so well today. This is funny. I'm just kind of looking at it. Let me save. Oh man. Alright, well, I think that ends it for me tonight, everyone. I do appreciate everybody hanging. It's actually really fun. Trying to think what goes well with my blue. So what we need now is a good render of this guy. Could probably combine the arms next week, clean all that up, finish these hands, make some little gloves, decide what to do with this, maybe even put a little logo on it or something. Probably make it asymmetrical because we don't need it to be symmetrical at this point, you know, just stiffening it up. And then we probably should twist the, we could probably twist the head one way or something. Spam, Alt F4 will just shut your stuff down. Why would you say such a thing? Yeah, don't need to thank you later. Alright, cool guys. I do appreciate everybody hanging out. It is fun. Again, I do this every other Tuesday pretty much. Pixologic posts their own schedule. So if you go look at their schedule, you will see it. Yeah, just follow along. Otherwise, you can catch me on Art of Katon on Instagram. I'll post on there like if I'm about to stream or something. I'm not the best at updating that. And also you can join the Discord channel. Actually, my Discord link I think is old probably now that I'm saying that. Let me update it real quick for anyone that wants to join in. We don't really chat much. What is this? We don't chat a ton, but more so I've been trying to use it for prep before the stream. But even still, people don't respond a ton on there. All right, there on the bottom you can see, and then I'll also post it at the end. But anyways, everyone have a good night. Sharkman says good night, and we'll finish more of this next week. All right, later everybody. Good night.